All right, well, welcome back to the channel. What's going on, folks? My name's Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
This is Conversations with the Crawleys. We got conversations about faith, family, relationships, and we're doing recaps live right now. Y'all praying for our computer?
Please pray for our Mac.
Yeah. It's giving us, we're doing lives. Y'all popping in. In fact, if you're watching right now, go ahead and hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the share. Make sure you're letting folks know. Definitely hit the likes because that'll help us to be seen by people.
So we can get a laptop, so we can get a computer back.
Okay.
Man.
All right. So, but anyway, y'all here for Married at First Sight. Y'all here to just hear us ramble on. We do ramble sometimes, or at least I do. I'll admit. And my wife, of course, is co-signing that for us.
You ramble.
I do ramble. It's okay though. You like what I got to say.
All right. So Shaq and Kirsten.
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna move ahead. Okay, gotcha.
Go ahead and move on.
Go ahead. So Shaq and Kirsten.
Kirsten.
So she goes on a pedicure. She goes to get pedicure?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she goes to get a pedicure with her friend.
In the nail salon.
Yeah, they in the nail salon. I had her feet out, so pedicure.
Right.
And she's talking about the connection. She's sensing that there's a connection.
I don't know what she's sensing. She's with her sister, and she's claiming that Shaq needs to spend more time, quality time with her.
Right.
You know, she says he does spend some time when he comes home, but sometimes he just comes in like, hey, like they're roommates. You know, so she's feeling it has to be some quality time involved for her to get this chemistry.
For her to let down her walls, because she got the Fort Knox Jericho walls built up around her life.
Jericho walls.
Listen.
I'm getting frustrated.
Shaq frustrated.
That's what I'm saying. He said he get frustrated. I'm getting frustrated. I don't understand. We are an adults. You've been in an adult relationship. We're not in high school, right? So I don't understand why you can't tell him either what she needs to feel more comfortable, vulnerable, whatever. The man has pretty much laid out his life and been very vulnerable.
So the question is she Is she hurt? Has she been hurt in a relationship? Is she a perfectionist and doesn't want anything to seem wrong and let that be seen? Or is she just having some issues telling folks what's going on, or telling her husband? I get you don't want to put all your business out in the out in these married at first sight streets. I get that.
Right.
But you gotta say something about something
about your past, something about your life, something you like, dislikes. Even if it's just basic stuff, so he can get to learn, to know you. But let's move on. So,
because she also makes this statement, which I was like, okay, y'all, because the thing that's irritating me is that they have the potential. They have so much potential.
Oh yeah, I feel like they'd be a
but
great couple.
She says that they can't both have walls up in the marriage.
Exactly. So why don't you, Rapunzel, please put down your hair. Like, can he climb up over the wall? Like,
because it's like, okay, if you recognize y'all both got walls up, rather than pointing the finger at each other saying, take your walls down, take down your wall. If you think we can't both have our walls up, you're recognizing that you got your walls up, or acknowledging that. Shaq has his walls up because you basically said, I'm going to build this wall, keep this wall, and maintain this wall between us. So he's like, I'm not trying to get hurt, because in 8 weeks, if I fall for you and I've let all my stuff out, you still got these walls up, I don't know if I can do it still.
Right.
They have so much potential.
They do. If they would just make a decision to, I feel like he's trying more than she is. I see that the men in this,
verbally, she's trying. She's like, she keeps saying, I just need to be more intentional.
She's not trying. If you just say
let your
verbally,
word match up with your actions, baby girl.
It's just like, oh my gosh.
Go on a roller skate date, because it's the 1 month anniversary for everybody, right?
Yes, it's been 4 weeks.
Now y'all let me know, because I think it'll be a little extra. When you go roller skate, I know I don't roller skate as much, but when I was roller skating
and went to the roller skate ring,
I didn't have helmets and knee pads and shoulder pads and elbow pads on. I fell. I got back up.
I feel like that's a producer thing, because
Taylor's Lifetime ain't giving us that much money in case y'all break something.
I just don't understand. Like in DC, we go to the roller ring. You fall. People jump over you. Like some people wouldn't even help you up.
Nope.
Like you need to crawl over to the wall and get your own self up.
Yep.
That's how. So you definitely didn't have any helmet on. Now, for a little kid, 4 or 5 year old, maybe a parent will put you in there. So I thought that was
not grown folks.
No, not if you, especially if you know how to skate.
Even if you don't know how to skate.
So obviously she knew how to skate. She said her and her family would go skating. So she's like, skating backwards. And Shaq was like, oh, she advanced. I'm like intermediate level.
She let down the wall on roller skating.
She let down the wall.
That's something that he now knows. She roller skates.
She does roller skate. And they were enjoying their time together. They had dinner on the roller skating ring.
Yes.
We was trying to figure out what they were eating. I said, that pizza?
They was eating roller ring food.
Roller ring.
They was eating them little Hot Pockets pizza.
No. They probably like ordered something and
they DoorDashed it.
They DoorDashed it.
They DoorDashed it.
They DoorDashed it in. Gotta make it romantic.
Y'all let us know because
champagne. You don't get champagne at a roller skate ring.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So they closed the ring down for her, so they can have a romantic.
That's not balling. Y'all let us know if your significant other closes the roller ring for you. Is that really just
But she likes it. She likes roller skating, so that was something that's special to her. So if he closed down the roller skate ring for her, that's something special for her.
So what would I close down for you to be special for you?
It's a Mexican restaurant. A brunch for breakfast.
Yeah, I could close down the brunch spot, especially one
just
up here.
Me and my family.
Yeah. Okay. She does say that she feels they have a great future. she's saying this stuff.
And we talked about this for the last 4 weeks, right?
Mhm.
She keeps saying stuff that would be inclusive, that she's interested, that she likes him. And then he has the same question we have. Then why are you not opening up to me? What is it going to take for you to open up? Why are you playing hard to get? That's pretty much it.
Play hard to get too long, you don't get got. So, because this is where you start to see where Shaq may be checking out, because she makes a statement, "Oh, we have a lifetime." He's like, "We got decision day."
Right.
You talking lifetime? We got to get to decision day.
Well,
and if I'm not feeling us in decision day,
and you can't talk lifetime if you can't show up in the first couple of weeks. You're pretty much making a first impression every day for the first 8 weeks of this whole experiment of that people can marry at first sight and have a loving, long relationship.
Yeah.
So what she's not getting is that you want him to be like, you're into him, you know, give him that info, like, yeah, I'm into you, we can go further. And so he can be able to say yes. But if you're like saying you don't like his bald head, you don't date this, and you don't do this, how would he be able to feel comfortable you're going to say yes on decision day?
Yeah. So then they also have the remaining couples, because y'all remember one couple's already dead, or not dead.
Oh Lord,
they done.
Oh boy,
they done. Their relationship is dead.
Oh boy.
And so we'll talk a little more. Nicole was just being extra, but Kirsten was saying that she felt stressed at the table because they were being put on the spot. I felt that Nicole was being extra. She was putting folks on the spot.
She was like, they got this perfect relationship, her and Chris.
We'll talk about them.
Well, you want to go ahead?
Because basically he does, you know, the question came up and she was like, I feel that there's some intimacy, some connection. He's like, I think things are going great. And I think one of the things is that he's not trying to put her on the spot. Shaq is not trying to air their dirty laundry or air their stuff out in these environments. He's doing the things I would want him to do to really try to gain her trust by covering her, shielding her, and helping to try and ease that situation.
I hear that. So. But she's not. She's like a little bit. So, and he's looking at her like, I thought we were doing well, you know. I thought things were going decent. He said, then we get back to the house, and now we have to have these discussions afterwards.
What up, Profound? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
So I'm just like, he's looking at her like, now I'm tired of this. This is getting old.
Shaq is doing the whole double dutch. You know how he's like he in and out. He because there's sometimes where it's like he's doing the things that's like, okay, he's making the effort, but then there's sometimes he's like, I'm done. Is what I feel.
I mean, I hear him. I can see the frustration.
Yeah.
I can see him trying to be diplomatic. I see him saying, I like you. I want this to work. I need you to meet me at least halfway.
Now, do you think, well, I think this is the, I don't say revenge, but this is the result of Kirsten from the beginning. She's wanting now this deep, intimate connection without letting down her guard. And Shaq has put up his guard as a result. So this is the seed that you sowed.
Oh, yeah. Easily. Hopefully, it can be turned around, right? They still got 4 more weeks. But I feel like at a midpoint for him, it's like he might be start thinking about that job he turned down.
Yeah, he might be like, that position's still open. Profile says she wants Shaq to dump her so she can tell people he dumped her, but I wanted him.
That's good.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can see that.
She's telling everybody he just doesn't spend time with me. Oh, he comes in, he's tired. So she's painting her picture to everybody else. And again, she's providing those. That's a good thing because she's providing those interviews to production saying, we just need to be more intentional. So she is saying those things that are like, yeah, I'm putting forth the effort, but she's not putting forth the right effort. So,
or effort, I say, not the right, no effort.
Well, everybody puts forth effort of some kind.
Do they? The effort to fail?
Yeah, there is an effort to fail. If you don't do the assignment, you put your effort elsewhere, you made an effort to fail. Simply put. So she has an effort to get divorces.
Effort to get divorced.
Effort to get divorced. That might be a class right there. All right, so Nicole and Chris. Nicole and Chris. Yeah, I called the guy Stress because her dad showed up.
Yeah. Obviously, he tired of watching this dog. I can tell. He's like, here's your dog. Y'all better figure this out. Because I got 3 dogs. I got to watch one of them. What's going on? And he still feels like Chris is not manning up, as he call it, you know? So, and Chris is just like, I hope he likes me now. Like, so that I could call him dad.
Listen. We've been married 27 years.
We'll be 27.
Yeah, it'll be 27 in May. I call your parents Mr. and Mrs.
Right. Right. He just called him by his last name.
I got my dad.
So I got my dad.
Or my dad passed away, but
right.
So I'm not gonna say it's overrated, but if that's not gonna be the goal. These dogs will not. Yeah, that's the other thing. Listen,
the dogs. Well, even when he went to go sit down, when Chris went to go sit down, the dog was sitting there. The dog didn't move, and he wasn't sitting all the way in there. Like he was just letting the dog sit there. He was on the end of the couch. I'm like,
my dog friends don't jump up on couches.
Don't get on couches, and we don't come upstairs.
Yep. My dog don't know what my bedroom look like, and he will never know.
He tries,
but
I'm like, nope,
get down.
Downstairs. That's
no.
Oh boy.
My dog can be out in the yard. He can be on the first level, and he goes in his crate.
Well, and they mentioned that, like, and Chris goes, she's such a good dog, Mom. You know, she just takes care of them. And okay, anyone should be able to feed the dog, give the dog water. It's not rocket science,
right, to
take care of a dog. Now, she was like, in her interview, first episode, she's playing puppet and doing the whole deal, a whole play in front of the dog. Now, that's a little extreme.
No, I'm sorry, let me correct you. That's a lot extreme. Listen, that's to do puppet shows for your dog.
I'm just saying. She was into it. I don't know if we could hear the dog. He looked tired.
Dog was like, can we get somebody else?
Tired.
Can I go to the pound?
But anyway, her father, and they had the conversation.
Father's like, basically, I don't want you getting run over.
Right.
I want to get you. He tells me he needs to have BDE.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. Right. So, and
he's like, okay, and so far I don't feel like Chris is getting run over. I'm not getting those vibes at all.
He's not getting run over because I feel Nicole is laying down for him.
Mm.
I feel that Nicole is doing whatever she can to appease him, if you will. And she's doing everything to present herself as the perfect wife for him. Yeah. That's my thoughts.
I
don't think she's being genuine.
I think we talked about that she needed to speak up because she really wasn't interested in them both renewing their places after the 8 weeks. And she really was going with that when she was like, I don't know how that's going to work. I'd rather not be apart from you. Yep. And he was like, well, until I'm sure, I'm not giving up my place.
The only thing that she pushed back on was him calling her thick.
Exactly.
That was the only thing.
That's the only thing.
Everything else, she's like, whatever you like. Whatever you like.
Silly.
Our dog, he heard me, so yeah, out here. Commonality in all his past relationship is toxicity. I think the problem must be him. Yeah, that's the point.
It could be,
you know.
But I feel like at this point, he's been very vocal, though. He's been really standing up for what he wants. He's been telling her everything up front. He hasn't been hiding anything. So I think if anytime, you know, he decided that he's going to grow some, he decided this marriage, he's going to grow some.
Yep.
So
he takes her on a helicopter ride.
Yeah.
For their month anniversary.
Which was nice. Neither one have been before.
Yep.
And so they're enjoying the experience. She feel like he's very attentive to her and her needs and different things like that. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Not having many problems.
And then they watch the video from the wedding.
Yes.
And she starts picking herself apart.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, you're beautiful. Stop it.
Right.
But my eyebrows, my eyelashes, my hair.
Right.
I didn't look the way I wanted to look. My makeup. He's like, stop it. But she keeps going.
Yeah. And I think this is the thing that she's going to really have to decide. She's going to get counseling and work through that because she also came from very toxic relationships where it even sounded abusive at one point. So I think she really needs to get the counseling because that can be unattractive. It
really is. I mean, if I've got to consistently shore up your self-esteem, listen, sometimes sometimes the person that physically may not be the most attractive, but their confidence, that can be sexy, right? So, but if every time I got to tell you oh, you're beautiful, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, after a while, I'm gonna get tired of it. Because now that doesn't mean I don't compliment. Right. I can compliment and be like, oh, you looking good, right?
Yes.
But if I've got to do it in a way because I'm helping to defeat the negative self-talk, after a while, I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I'm done with it.
Well, I hope things change because he was kind of pretty much saying that, on
like
the side. It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's almost it's on the same line as fishing for compliments, right? It's that same energy. Do you think I look good? Do you think if you're fishing for compliments, or if I've got to continually shore up your self-esteem in your looks or whatever it may be, that's a lot of effort and energy that I don't have. I don't think a lot of men have. That's just, guys, let us know, profound, let us know what your thoughts are. But listen, and as you're watching, make sure you're hitting that like and hitting that share because we want this conversation. We're here live, so
yeah, I agree. I think you have to come to that point where you have to find your own self-confidence.
Yep.
And hopefully, as she's recognizing it through this experiment, that she gets some counseling. Just work on that.
I think we're seeing, and I think this is just married at first sight 101. I think all the couples, yes, they are part of the process is, yes, you're getting married in 2 weeks, but I think that there needs to be some level of counseling before they do this, and not just a meeting with the experts to say, what are you looking for? And this is what you're going to find, this is where you got to work on. I think they need to have at least 2 or 3 sessions. And I'm not saying that they don't, we just don't see it. Right. But they need to have 2 or 3 sessions where they are starting to work through some of their issues. And that needs to be part of the vetting process, because
I think they want the drama. So if you got issues, and as long as you ain't psycho,
well,
potentially they may be putting you on the show.
Well,
I'm just saying. So they decide to go out and do a double date
with Gina and Chris
on the Redneck tour. Now,
it was supposed to be comedy.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, the Redneck comedy tour. Because they had an old bus they got on, and they
had the Partridge Family bus.
The Partridge Family bus.
Some of y'all don't know what the Partridge Family is. I dated myself. It's okay.
Google it.
Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about. But they had a school bus, and they had a woman at,
Yeah, talking about some of the, I would call it their slang. And they're seeing different sites throughout Nashville.
I'm just saying, if I go to Nashville, that's not the tour I'm taking.
You're not getting on red.
I am not getting. First of all,
why am I not getting on the? I'm looking it up. I'm seeking it out. It's probably on Groupon.
Probably is. You
probably can get it on Groupon.
Nah, you can
get 2 for 1.
They start taking me way out in Nashville.
Get a 2 for Kevin.
Now
see our sites.
They did go to the what's it, the whiskey restaurant,
distillery, and they were trying different whiskeys.
Interesting flavors.
Yeah, so they were doing the taste testing. We've done that in Mexico.
Yep.
And enjoying themselves and just kind of talking about, there being 1 month, and decided to ask the bartender.
How long you been married? What did you say?
You've been married. He was like, be honest, communicate. I think those things are just never going to change. Like in any type of relationship, you need to be honest and you need to be communicating.
Right.
So I think they had a good time.
Listen, the secrets to marriage aren't secrets. You just got to do them.
It's true.
I mean,
it's real basic.
As long as you have mutual respect. And again, these are things that cause marriages to fail, right? Mutual respect, honesty, communication. Now, if that's out of balance or out of whack, then it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard to maintain. But and again, with us, not saying it's been perfect, not that we've not ever had any issues at all, but we always try to operate from some of those things. And when we failed, but we made the effort to repair it and still get back and still move forward. So,
and sometimes it takes longer to repair.
True.
Right. And to re-establish trust, rebuild trust, get it back to the place where we can say, okay, I can trust you again. Come, I ask you. And being honest builds that credit up. Like you put that credit in the bank. That I can trust you again. And when you, what they say, make a withdrawal from it, then that's when problems come. So the goal is always to have credit. In the bank. So
that's good. Not like SVB.
No.
Not like Silicon Valley.
Right.
Your marriage defaulting.
Right. Because everybody was making withdrawals.
You were selling short. Yeah.
Look
at that. You get marriage advice, banking advice,
financial advice.
And why haven't you already subscribed? That's the question. All right. So they are talking to Gina and Clint, and the issue comes up. We can kind of transition them. The issue comes up as far as changing the last name.
Oh yeah, because they mentioned that, and she was like, because I think it was Nicole saying, yeah, it's gonna be so much trouble to change the last name and blah blah blah, and I gotta go through all these different IDs, and they were like, okay, but it's changing the last name. Well, she was like, well, I mean, within doing it now, like immediately making those changes. And so I know Gina was like, yeah, probably in 12 months. If we make it a year, I'll change my last name.
And I think, I think because we've seen this conversation before, right? And I think that there's, in the first site, and I think that there is validity in that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You did sign up for an experiment. And I do recognize, when we got married, we had dated for a while. So for you changing your last name,
to me, it was a no-brainer. I was going to change my last name.
But to someone you get married at the altar and you don't know where it's going to be 8 weeks. Granted, in any marriage, you don't know where it's going to be 8 weeks.
It's technically,
right?
Technically, yeah.
But with that in mind, I just met this person. I'm trying to build trust. I'm trying to build a relationship. I'm trying to build a marriage. I'm trying to do all these things. And now I got to get passports, IDs, and all this other stuff changed over. And then 8 weeks, they tell me they don't want to be with me anymore. Now I got to change it back.
No.
So
I wouldn't do that. And making the decision, are you going to hyphenate? Because some people hyphenate their name now. Or they decide not to take the person's last name at all.
Yeah.
So I think those are conversations that you would need to have.
Yes.
And while they were there, I think they all agree. Even Clint was like, well, yeah, within a year, I can see that. Because Clint talking about he want to have babies.
Yeah, Clint was like, but if we have kids, they got my last name.
My name's going to be on the
don't play
on the birth certificate. So claiming that we don't even have to go on Maury. Then
does Maury still come on?
I don't know.
I don't know. I worked there that day. So
I don't think so.
Okay. Because I think they found all the baby daddies.
They found all the baby daddies have been found now. He's no longer needed.
They
like
found all the baby daddies. So
okay. Did you find Jeffrey's baby daddy?
Yeah, listen. If y'all watch Ready to Love, make sure you're here Saturday because we're probably gonna do a live on Saturday as well. Again, pray for our iMac because it's having some issues right now. But yeah, you got to check out our Love recap because I have to make some apologies to some folks, and then we got to talk about the drama that's happened on that show.
Right.
So then they Gina and Clint, they do go hiking.
Yes, they're trying to relive their Jamaica experience.
Yes.
So they were able to find a waterfall, but they take the dog with them, so they're having their outing and everything. Oh, and we have to announce this is an exclusive announcement that Clint says he loves the dog. I forget what the dog's name.
Is it Hank or Henry or something?
Yeah, like Hank or something.
If Clint and Gina don't make it, the dog will be more than Gina.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Because that dog saw Clint on the other side. It was like they got attached. He got attached quick.
Because if you think about it, it sounds as if Clint is doing a lot of maybe working from home because remember he's consulting and whatever.
That's true.
So he's doing a lot of work from home. So him and the dog is hanging out,
right?
While Gina's downstairs in the salon doing her thing, right? So listen, especially because Gina and Clint, if they don't work out, they still live in the same building,
right?
The dog might be like, "Look, can I get out and go upstairs to Clint's?
Right,
hang out with him. My babysitter? Can we hang out?"
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, it keeps freezing. We're sorry. We'll have to see about that.
Yeah, we apologize. Our iMac is in the shop, so we have to use
some older technology.
Yeah, that's our laptop.
Older technology.
So bear with us, please. Yes. Stay with us. Yeah.
All right. Yes. So that's Gina and Clint for the most part. I don't think there's anything else going on with them.
No,
I mean, even all the other couples got together.
Right. They were more concerned about the other two couples than them because they're at a good place now.
She'll probably give them the dog.
She'll probably give them the dog. She'll let them go over there every day. She would. I could see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. And I mean, he seems to be a pretty good cook. He cooks some oxtails. Come on now. I mean, he was doing the oxtails.
Not everybody can cook oxtails.
Not everybody can cook oxtails.
And not everybody in the culture can cook oxtails.
Right.
So
exactly.
He get multiple credit.
Exactly.
All right, and then Jasmine and Aris. So Aris meets with his friend Harold. And Harold is like, "What's going on with y'all? You making things happen. Y'all moving forward." No.
And he's like, "Okay, what's going on?" "She's attracted, but I'm not attracted." And he was like, so, his friend's trying to figure out, well, what are you doing about it? How are you going to make the situation better? Mm-hmm. And he's just like, I don't think he knows. Mm-hmm. Since he only goes for one type, he's never had to really try. And it doesn't sound like he's ever been in a serious relationship as well.
Right.
So he just doesn't know how to navigate where he is. That's what I'm getting from this experience.
Yeah. Now someone brought up last week that maybe the loss of his father caused him to shut down emotionally. I don't know. He said he's trying to wake up those apps he put to sleep on his phone. I don't know if you put him to sleep.
Right? That's true. It's possible.
I don't know if you put him to sleep.
Yeah.
So he Aris talks, and we've said it before. Aris talks a great game about sex, but he ain't putting up. He ain't putting up or putting out.
Well, and I don't know, it's because he's really trying to change that in his life. If it's like, because he's like, I'm going from having sex all the time and not having any really deep connections or anything based off of what he's been telling us through, through each episode. And so now he's like, I want it to be really meaningful when it does happen. It's like, it seemed like all of a sudden this is overwhelming for him to like keep from having sex or having meaningless sex. Because like, okay, let's get to the part where they're having their 1 month. They go out to like a farm or something, and and they're sitting down talking. And the first thing he says, can we just take sex off the table and not ask about when we're going to have sex or if we're going to have sex and all this? And she looking like,
it wasn't on the table.
Right.
It wasn't even in the same office as us. It's not in the house.
So I was like, was she asking for it? Like, he's making her seem like she's the one asking. I can see like the group keep asking, but he makes it out like she's like begging him to have sex.
So, yeah.
I'm confused. I'm really him about him. I don't know what he got going on.
Because even the friend is like, so you basically a jerk, a virgin again. Right. Bible says, can love change his spots? In this case, nope. Well, I see again. I don't know if Aris is being truthful about a lot of things. Because here's the thing: if he really is as sexual as he says, and if it has been hit or quitted as much as it has been for him, right? I get that you're saying he's trying to make some adjustments to how he operates, but you telling me that he's not trying to sample?
Yeah, not even from, if we look at past seasons of the men's side who says, hey, I was very sexually active in my past, and some says I want to wait until there's more chemistry or we built up intimacy. At some point they end up having sex, but at the same time they said they were very attracted to the person. So
for Chris and what was her name from Atlanta? The one who had the baby during the whole situation. He wasn't attracted to her.
Oh yeah, he did have.
He was like, I'm still going to sample.
Yeah,
I'm still going to figure it out.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to figure out is like, who are these women that he's saying? Are they women that maybe had low self-esteem? Like, I'm like trying to figure out who he with to the point where now he feels like he couldn't be with her. But it makes sense when he says it, like, I want to make sure that we have a good connection. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, if we can build intimacy in other ways, because like there's other ways to be intimate. You're not even doing that. And that's where the problem is.
So they go to a rage room, which that rage room was weak.
He said the rage room.
I've not been in a rage room, but I've seen
where they have like a lot of furniture.
It's a lot of stuff to break to get frustration out.
They had like
room. Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was a weak rage room. They had 2 tires. They had a couple vases and a bookshelf.
It was like $35. You got 30 minutes for $35.
It was like they went to a discount aisle at Goodwill. It was like,
a Groupon.
Just give me this right here.
The Groupon. Yeah, I mean,
you in Groupon.
Listen, go to the Groupon and see if you can find an escape room, a rage room, a skating ring. All of those things have Groupon written on.
If you ever come to Phoenix and you come during the off season, go on Groupon, get you a resort for like what, $100 a night, if that.
Less than that.
I've
done like $75 a night.
Groupon.
Massages, couple massages, Groupon. I'm just telling you.
Yep.
They're gonna have to start paying me.
Yeah.
On Groupon.
Groupon needs to sponsor us. All right. So they do have the date night. He does say he sees how happy she was in the pictures, but now she ain't too happy because
she was
tired of you.
She's like, I was so excited. She's attracted to him.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
She was so attracted. She was so attracted to him. She's like, you know, I can start this part of my life. The girl won Miss Universe. So she's felt like I've accomplished certain things in my life. You know, I own my own business. I'm running these dogs. Like she's
slinging dogs, all over Nashville.
So, and here we are. The man don't even care.
And he can never look at her.
He can never look at her.
So,
I'm like, dude. And he talking about, I want a queen.
You dummy.
Like literally.
Dummy. You literally, she got the tiaras all up in the house.
Hey.
She's not unattractive.
Smart young lady. I feel like he's missing out on a lot. It's his loss.
You married up by mistake. I told y'all last week, Aris is Swahili for shout. So
you're so stupid. I just feel like he needs to say, you know what, I'm good. She needs to move on to somebody else, because I don't think he has the ability to find a way to work through whatever he has in his head, whatever he got going on. And she just needs to move on.
Because Shaq might be like, look, if Kristen don't work out, Jasmine. Hey, look, why don't we leave these two be?
Oh my God. You are crazy.
So, but if I were casting off of who was putting forth the effort, as far as, I would say that Shaq and Jasmine might be a fit. Now, I haven't really done a deep dive on their personality and how they connect, whatever.
Right.
But because I do see Kirsten and Shaq. I do see that.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily see Aris and Jasmine based upon what we're seeing from Aris right now.
Correct.
But I think that Jasmine wants to put forth the effort. She just doesn't have a partner that wants to put forth the effort with her.
Yeah.
So, and then as we mentioned, they all and Aris does say, oh, that was the other thing. So they reread their vows, right? And it was like she called him out on what he said versus the reality. As he's reading, she's like, so how have you done this? Well, so again, that's why in some respects the vows that we make on Married at First Sight,
it's so sweet, so in the moment.
It's not in the moment.
It is in the moment.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they write it saying that they have these intentions, but then the day after the wedding, they lose all those intentions.
Again, there's a lot of people who get married and they say a lot of things on the wedding date. And they don't go back in front of the same crowd when they get divorced.
Yeah.
And indicate how now everything about them they hate.
One of the pastors that was kind of, we learned from him a lot. He would often say, he's like, nah, you invite all these people to get married, invite all these people when you get divorced too, because you wanted them to celebrate with you. So now explain why it didn't go well. Because it's interesting how in marriages, sometimes you have this, we're going through stuff, it's just between us, but it wasn't just between us when you invited us to the wedding.
Nope.
And we gave you gifts.
Nope.
And then 3 months later, you saying y'all ain't together no more.
Nope.
Can I get my gift back?
Nope. No refunds.
True story.
No refunds.
True story. All right. So they all kind of hang out, and then as we kind of talked about, Nicole was just being, I think part producers were like, hey, you be the person to ask the questions, but then just part Nicole and who she is and how she comes off.
Yeah, because she was kind of grilling our other couples.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, is this a sore subject for you? Talking about Aris, was it? Or was
Aris
it Shaq?
I think it was Aris and Jasmine.
Okay. I think it was Shaq and Kirsten.
Kirsten.
Ooh, Jesus. also because when we're talking about being if there was any intimacy building, any connection building. But I was just like, okay, yeah, I get it. Everybody wants to encourage everyone to stay married. But at some point, I'm like, okay, I just need you to be quiet. Just let's enjoy dinner.
Because listen, they're not going. I'm sorry, Nicole. They're not going to bring you on as an unofficial expert. If they didn't do it for old boy a couple of seasons ago with Myrna and Gil, if they didn't do it for Gil, because Gil had stuff that he was
sharing.
Gil had some stuff he was dropping science, right?
He was getting gems.
Nicole, you ain't getting that role. Sorry, they're not going to bring you on as the third expert. Not happening.
But we just see at the table, everyone's just very tense. And even Aris said this in the after party. He's like, I just be asking questions so that we can relax, because we're always so serious when we meet up, you know, instead of it just us having fun and enjoying our time together.
Yeah.
So, but who's left?
That's
all the couples. Yeah.
Dominique and McKinley.
Yep, they're not together. So
McKinley sliding in DMs. I think. I think because the rumor is that McKinley is sliding Gina's DMs, and somehow Clint starts sliding in Dominique's. And we see that kiss. So
we shall see. We shall see.
All right, let us know what y'all think, and we're sorry about the freezing. I know that's not how we normally do it and how you normally expect to see it, but
hey, it is what it is. We're working through it. Yep. We thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being in the comments. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it, guys.
Listen, we'll see you next time. Definitely, we'll probably pop on live another couple of times over the next week or so, and we'll probably just every now and then come live, just because sometimes just y'all have some great comments we want to pull them in, or we're talking to. So we'll see y'all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Bye.